Hello, and welcome back once again to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror the card game with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. And to tonight's very spooky episode of Doomed. It's sort of still spooky season here on Spooktember. Sefina Rousseau continues her journey through the return to the path to Carcosa. Will she make it there? Will she accept her path? Does she even want to go? These are questions. And today on Doomed, we have answers. Hello, Requiem Lost. Welcome to Doomed. And welcome one and all to this episode. As always, if you are watching this on the VOD, that's the video on demand, because you demanded it and you may have it. You can check for the timestamp down below as to when we get directly into the action if you don't want all this preamble. But I don't know why you wouldn't, because this is probably the most entertaining part of the show. Quick cue, I've just noticed that the brightness of my two monitors is very different. So I just want to ask Requiem, do you find me bright enough? And I don't mean intellectually, or whoever's watching, I suppose. Just want to make sure that I am visible and entertaining, and so on and so forth. Whoop, we'll tuck that label away. Today on Doomed, Sefina Rousseau returns to Black Stars Rise. Whatever that might mean, Black Stars does not sound particularly good. It does not sound particularly normal. Now you'll notice behind me, of course, I have magnificent art featured in the Path to Carcosa, the Arkham Horror card game. Oh, excellent, Requiem. Not yet, anyway. So, hello one and all. I hope people are doing well in this sort of early to mid-November season. It has been incredibly warm here in Montreal. Today we were up to 21 or 22 degrees Celsius, whereas normally we would be at, around, or slightly below 0 degrees Celsius. That is the freezing point of water, as we all know. I'm a science tutor. Hello, Lamira. Big hearts to all of those here in the chat.
Subscriber. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Crosshair. It's your anniversary. Game has to reap chaos. Crosshair? You know what? I say fuck it. Crosshair, I don't know what happens if I don't win this scenario. I'm going to be honest with you. If I lose this scenario, I might just be dead. So I'm going to assume it's a knife's edge. Okay? And what I assume is going to happen, therefore, because it is a knife's edge, I'm going to assume that chaos will ensue. Therefore, Crosshair, I promise to take at least a couple of chaotic actions today during the stream. Like, not me personally, but, like, you know, Sefina will take some chaotic actions for you. So, folks, as mentioned before, I hope people are doing well, or well enough. We're here tonight because we're going to have fun. I have so many more, like, campaigns of Doomed planned that I really want to... it does not, Crosshair, especially if I don't say it. Oh, I did say it, didn't I? You son of a bunny. You bun of a... sitch. Not great. So... It's pretty good, Crosshair. This isn't technically the setup of the scenario yet. I'm just sitting around enjoying my time with my... whoops! Look at this! My background's not fully extended. Well, that's embarrassing. It's my Tommy Wiseau impression. Did everyone like it? Oh, hi, Mark. It's pretty good. You did get me! You got me, Crosshair, you chaotic son of a gun. As always, do let me know. I can adjust audio levels, both in the room with me and out there with you, if you all want more or less sound. I don't think I have much to report. Things are pretty good. As I was saying before, it's like quite warm here in Montreal, although, you know, daylight savings coming to an end means, of course, that we have stopped saving the daylight. They're like, nah, fuck it, burn it. Burn it on both ends. It is pitch black, and it has been since about 5 p.m. So it's horrible. Requiem. The answer is no. I am not. The campaign rules stated very clearly after the unspeakable oath that we decided to heed Daniel's warning. Sorry, because we decided to heed Daniel's warning, we are not allowed to say the name of the King in Yellow at all during setup or during a scenario. Immediately take one horror. I extend these rules to the chat. Take a horror. Most investigators have somewhere between 5 and 9 sanity, just to give you a sense of how much that's like doing to you. Okay. Do I have any other news or anything? I think we're just gonna get into it. I'm excited to play. I'm also excited to get back to doing in-character stuff on this channel. There's been a suggestion, there has been for a long time, of doing Emperor Scotimius, playing some Civ 6 in-character, which I think would be really fun. I would probably be some sort of horrible, like, ineffective warmonger. That was a good one, Crosshair, I have to admit. I've been gotten, I think, twice. Well, technically 3 times now, I guess, but I've been gotten twice or 3 times. It's pretty good. What do I have to say? So I want to get back into that. Of course, I love seeing Polly again and Dr. Surgeon, and I feel like I might be getting paid soon to upgrade the old PC, which of course means I'll break everything before I re-get everything together. So there'll be a week where I'm like, can't stream, computer's on the floor, it's all in pieces. Anyway, let's just finish this campaign, shall we? This is Sefina Rousseau, Return to Black Star's Rise, the 7th scenario in the Return to the Path to Carcosa. Return to Path to Carcosa. There might be a the. I'm not sure. We're getting into it. Let's enjoy. Let's enjoy, folks. Ooh. Whoa! What's all this? A card, a skull, a paper, a hat, a gun, and candle, and a nice sweet door back there. For death, or victory, or insanity, whatever. So, I have many things to report about where we are and what's going on. Let's just get into the scenario proper. Am I bright enough on the screen? I think I am. I think it's that monitor that's dark. Yeah, I think it's just the monitor that's shit. He screamed for some reason. Then there's more campaigns. There's more standalone scenarios. There's maybe even a scenario with the Crosshair one day. That'll be great. Oh, man. Okay. Quick recap. Sefina Rousseau ventured to Paris to try to meet Nigel Ingram, the director of the original... And that's the only concession you'll get from me, Requiem Lost. Quick question, Requiem Lost. Is the name a reference to anything in particular? Because I'm thinking of the Requiem... Nocturne? Requiem? What's it? Oh, shoot. From like, Ocarina of Time or something. Maybe it's not called that. Requiem for a Dream is a movie. Lost was a TV show. Just curious. All right. Quick recap. Sefina Rousseau, as displayed here on her little art. There she is. You know what? Actually, Crosshair, I think I have it in the original dialect. It's fuck you. Just kidding, Crosshair. I'm just kidding. Well, that's lovely, Requiem. Oh no, it was already taken. So you were like, Requiem Lost. That's pretty good, I gotta say. Sefina Rousseau ventured to Paris to try to find Nigel Ingram. In Paris, due to her conviction, she was stalked by a... Oh my god, cats. Okay, good. Oof. There was a galloping cat for a moment there. She was stalked by a horrific man, known only as the Organist, and a bunch of beasts. She and Leo De Luca managed to cover a lot of ground in Paris, pick up a lot of clues, a lot of different things. Nailed it. Oh, I did say it with the apostrophe, Crosshair. Very good. Oh, that's great. Look at that quote. That's beautiful. Mwah. She covered a lot of ground in Paris. They avoided being killed. It was pretty clutch. And then found the home of Nigel Ingram, used the map there to venture deep underground into the catacombs beneath Paris. In the catacombs, they were chased by monsters, by skeletons, that's skeletons for the uninformed, and all sorts of other manner of creatures, until they found the man in the pallid mask, who they interpreted his little shadow play on the wall, and fell with him down through an empty void until they awoke. Well, she awoke with knowledge of how to open the path to Carcosa. She knows where the gate is. I believe the end of the last scenario was, I know where the gate is! Out of my way, fucker! She probably said it in French. This is scenario 7, Black Stars Rise. Hello, DJ Zesty? Is that XST? But now renamed to DJ. I think it must be. Hello and welcome. Scenario 7, Black Stars Rise. Right, Requiem. Never check the last door. Got it. The island commune of Mont Saint-Michel lies off the northwestern coast of France. It is beautiful, elegant, and enigmatic, like Sefina Rousseau, a place out of a fairy tale. Only this tale is one of horrors and madness. Classic. Excuse me. During low tide, you would be able to reach the island on foot by crossing the tidal causeway that emerges from the sea. However, by the time you reach the coast, the tide is much higher than you'd anticipated. Dark clouds cover the sky, and a distant crash of thunder signals the start of an oncoming storm. You find a boat whose captain is willing to take you to the island and prepare for the ritual to come. The ritual? The ritual? Check the campaign log if Ashley Clark is listed under VIPs interviewed. I'm pretty sure she is not. We interviewed Ishimaru, Haruko, Sebastian, and Jordan. That's 3. That's pretty good. We did not interview Ashley Clark, so we skipped a setup. Okay. Long story short, this is a crazy scenario. 3 things that I'm gonna mention. 1, there's an extra -5 in the bag. That sucks. That's essentially a fail because I'm never gonna really be that far above the threshold. I also have to, as it says here on the left, each investigator searches the collection for a random basic Madness Pact cultist or detective weakness and adds it to their deck. I will show you what I randomly pulled. It's a card called Through the Gates, which I felt was pretty nice, actually. It's a pact and a mystery. Sefina Rousseau has seen where to go. She is going through the gates. Through the Gates is a basic weakness. It says when you draw it, you then draw the top card of your deck. Hooray! If it's not a weakness, remove it from the game. Then search your deck, discard, pile, hand, whatever, everything, for other copies of that card and remove them as well. In other words, Through the Gate says, hey, what's your next card? You don't have those anymore. Puff. Gone. So I'm putting it in my deck. Shuffled in. Boom. But it does make sense to me because Sefina is indeed venturing through the gates of madness. Oh, god damn it. I bet so. I bet, actually, Crosshair. And that's 1 fewer action. But it's more resources, so maybe that's better? Okay. And then I just want to point out the other sort of special rule here. There's a bunch of randomizing that I already did. I haven't looked at anything. I don't know what they are. I did a bunch of randomizing in terms of the decks here, the cards that are on the table, and the cards that are not currently set aside in here. Just FYI. Dual agendas. Normally there's an agenda deck, the mythos, the bad stuff, and an act deck, the investigator's goals, the good stuff. In this scenario, Crosshair, you're going to love this, there are 2 agenda decks. 1 represents a means for you to open the path to Carcosa and leads to one of the 2 set-aside act cards. The other represents a means for the King in Yellow, blank, to escape into our world and spells demise for Earth. So in fact, actually, I bet you this is a Knife's Edge. When playing this scenario, basically, hey, this is fine. So I need some flames behind me here. Normally, once per turn, during the Mythos phase, you place a Doom. Here, I'll just show you. Normally, during the Mythos phase, you place a Doom on the agenda, and then once the agenda threshold, the number there, Doom threshold, sorry, is satisfied, that's 5, you would advance during the Mythos phase to the next agenda, and so on and so forth. It's a countdown timer. If Doom is ever placed on cards on the board, it contributes to the threshold, but then is removed. In this scenario, things are slightly different. There's 2 agenda decks. Agenda 1A and Agenda 1C. Now, Again, I don't know which one is quote-unquote correct. Oh, I like it, Requiem. Now, I don't know which is correct, but at the end of one of these agenda decks is the act, the thing I need to do. At the end of the other is Doom. So, we're going to be placing Doom on one or the other, or, if there's Doom on the board, on both. Basically, whenever one or more Doom is placed on the current agenda, we decide which one, so you can choose which one to go faster. Doom on other cards counts towards both. When one agenda advances, Doom on the other agenda is not removed, but everything else in play does move. So, there you go. Okay, and then they have, like, what you should do here. Okay, let's have a quick look at our agendas, and then we're going to get ready to go. Sefina Rousseau. It's true, Crosshair. Actually, I will say you also sounded quite good. I don't know if you have like a new microphone or whatever. For those watching on the VOD, just check out Requiem's most recent comment down there and you'll know what I'm sighing about. Yes, Crosshair, I can't wait. Oh, well, all right. Okay. Get, you know what, just start thinking, Crosshair, about the kind of character that you want to play. I know there's like 20 to 30 investigators at this point in the game. We're a little bit limited if we want to play on this sort of experience, and there's other platforms as well if we prefer. Start thinking about the kind of character you want to play. A fighter, a tank, a little meek research librarian, a support, a rogue, you know, a selfish son of a gun, a mystic with magical powers, someone who's just trying to survive, etc. Oh, very good. Well, you guys are the best. Let's read our agendas. Agenda 1A. The tide rises. Oh, by the way, the point of the scenario, I should just mention, there were 2 random piles, and they are random. What does it say? I didn't even look at this. Shuffle, draw one of the 2 bags, and auto-place, discard the other. Do not flip agenda cards unless instructed. Okay, boop. Oh, can't put that in the trash! I'm just moving stuff around here. And then this was the other thing. Okay. Explosions, sniper rifles, sneaks, stabs, theft, what have you, all the lawful things. Crosshair. There's a character. I think this makes the most sense. He's a Guardian first, Rogue second. He is the Expedition leader. His ability allows him to play allies at a slightly discounted rate, but he's a fighter. He has shit agility, but so basically he can make lots of money and have all the boom booms because he has access to all the Guardian cards. And his flavor is that he leads expeditions, but people that he leads on the expeditions keep dying, but he never does. He's like, oh, leave no one behind, but everyone always gets left behind. He just, like, lets them die. It's pretty sweet. Okay, here we go. Agenda 1A. The tide rises. Your boat docks at Porte de l'Avancée, but with the rising tide and torrential rain flooding the street, the boat's captain isn't keen on sticking around. The rising tide and torrential rain flooding the street. Damn. He tells you he will come back for you in the morning. You tell him not to bother. You probably won't be around by then. Damn. Free trigger. I can spend a clue to place a doom on this agenda. And gain 2 resources if I do that, once per round. In other words, if I need to fast track this one for some reason, I can do so. Agenda 1C. The ritual begins. Dark storm clouds swirl overhead. A vortex of eldritch energy rages in the center of the storm. The ritual has begun. The gate may appear above the abbey or below it. You must choose which route to pursue and reach the gate before redacted agents do. The investigators spend a clue as a group to place a doom on this agenda and draw a card. 5 doom threshold. Okay, so let's figure this out, folks. Basically, there's the path above in the sky in the storm, and there's the path below in the water. One of them is right, one of them is wrong, and there's unfortunately no way of knowing. So, our options are a few. we can try to sort of like play both sets, get them both up to a high level, flip one, see if it's right, and then just rush the other if we need to. The alternative is we rush all the way through one and let the other kind of sneak up a little bit, and then if we're wrong, get really scared and rush the other. I think that's the one we're gonna do, because it sounds a bit more exciting, and I know Crosshair's big into that. And we're all about the gambling here on Doomed. So, I'm gonna start a poll. Which path to Carcosa? Question mark. Option 1, the path above. Whoops. The storm. And I'm gonna write the path below the waters. And I'm gonna let y'all's vote on that bad boy right there. Boom. DJ, come on. It's so rude. So here's the other thing. Because I failed the very first scenario, I actually started on a mental trauma already. That's 1 out of 9. Oh yeah, so that's exclamation mark vote 0 or 1 to determine whether we will be pursuing the path above or the path below. I capitalized one but not the other. That's pure chaos. Basically, again, I don't... It's impossible to know which one is correct because I randomized them. I mean, impossible. You could look at all of them and then choose, I guess, and then this should be really cheap. I'll give everybody another minute to vote, and then we will see how we're doing here. Basically, what I'm thinking, Crosshair, will be the better sort of chaos solution, is to try to rush down one of them. That way, if we're wrong, we're basically screwed. And if we're right, we are amazing, and it feels great. Okay. Me too, Crosshair. Well, so instead of a storm, the other... All right. I'm going to notify the chat of the winning option. Boom. The path above, the storm, won with 2 votes. Oh my god. Requiem, is that better? Guys, quick conference in the chat. That's Requiem, DJ, and Crosshair, and whoever else is still here. Quick, like, check in the chat. Is it better to just flip a coin every time? Because I think at least once per round and sometimes more than one. Oh, I love it. Oh my god, yes. Okay. I have to just find a good randomizer here on the internet. I'm going to look up coin flip. Okay. And I can flip again from here. Perfect. No, it is not. It is not. Heads above, tails below. Perfect. Guys, sorry about the vote. The vote is wrong. What? What? Welcome back to Doomed, where I am called out by those who watch the show live as a butt. Boot scoots. All right. For those of us just joining, I will be flipping a coin in the scoots and boots and scoots and boots and scoots. It's really hard. It's much harder than I thought. Okay. For those of us just joining, Sefina Rousseau is about to try to open the path to Carcosa. Well, she's racing the cultists who serve the King in Yellow to try to open the path first, I guess, to get there faster. She has 2 options. There's the tide rising. This is the path below in the waters. Or the ritual begins, the storm unfolds or whatever in the storm clouds above. We had a little vote to determine which one we're going to pursue. And instead, even though the vote, was a thing, what we're going to do, it was a really good suggestion. Requiem, we're doing it. Hello to Roger Twine, Aragorn, by the way, hello. We are going to do a coin flip. Basically, every time I have to place a doom, I'm going to flip. Heads is above, tails is below. Oh, I'm so jazzed. Okay. Let's do it. Let's... Have I read the things? Yeah, let's draw our opening hand. Let's get doomed. Okay, what time is it-ish in the video? Okay, great. Here we go. We're drawing 13 cards, and then Sefina is going to figure out what's going on in her life. Oh, okay. Oh, there's through the gates and the man in the pallid mask. You don't draw weaknesses in your opening hand. Ooh, that's 2 of them, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy crap. 11, 12, 13. Hey! No problem, Real Brick Wall. I hope that Doomed provides you with hours of entertainment whilst you clean. Timestamp set, 7:24. Got it. Okay. So, 5 events go beneath Sefina Rousseau. That's going to be Elusive. It's going to be Backstab. That's going to be Intel Report for sure. That's going to be Schnookatook. That's Sneak Attack for those who are not familiar. And Quantum Flukes. Stupid. So I barely drew any of my assets, which is great. But Sefina's got her lucky tarot card. Message from your inner self. This is the Moon 18. Insert pithy attempt to make Scott say, no. No need to punish. Just, you take 1 horror. You take 1 horror. You bastard. I'm just kidding, folks. Okay. Sefina Rousseau is here at the Mont Saint-Michel, just off the coast of France, off the coast of northwestern. Right, a Schnookatook is in fact a sneak attack from a Schnook. She starts here at the Porte de l'Avancée. This gateway serves as an entrance to the Grande Rue during high tide, when a boat is the only means of reaching the city. Boop! It's a 3-shroud 1-clue location. I can move a doom from one agenda to the other and then place 2 clues on it. So, I could theoretically get a whole bunch of clues here. Maybe I will. Okay. Sefina, let's see what kind of locations there are. There's the Grande Rue, the North Tower, the Outer Wall, the broken steps which lead to the Abbey Church. The path leading to the Abbey Church is blocked. You have to spend 3 clues as a group. I mean, so because it's locked, that tells me I should be going there. Right? I mean, that just makes sense to me. Are we sure? Yeah, things are good. Okay. Cats? They're fine. All right. Sefina Rousseau has her very trusty tarot card. She was not... It really does, eh? I will not be saying the name of this. Gonna eat up all your snow. I'm gonna eat up all your... Wait, what? Roger Twy? What? Sefina rushed out of the catacombs in Paris and basically, like, she didn't run to the Mont Saint-Michel. They're not exactly close to each other, but she, like, booked a car, booked a boat, booked the thing. And she basically rushed straight here, understanding that the ritual to open the path to Carcosa would be starting shortly. As such, she barely has anything. The Louisiana Lion, Leo De Luca, is nowhere to be seen. She doesn't have any weapons. She doesn't really have anything except herself. It's getting a little chilly in here. Let's do this. It was so warm in Montreal today, I could leave my window open. Isn't that nice? She barely has anything, except some of her mystical powers and some of her abilities to paint the world she wants to see, which is pretty exciting. Easy Mark's a great card. Easy Mark says... Easy Mark, I think, means you just go and, like, steal some money from some poor bastard. Ooh, I will not be saying that either, Requiem. Very good, though. I like it. Easy Mark says gain 2 resources and draw a card, and when you play one, if you have another in your hand, you can play it immediately. So you can kind of chain them because there's 3. But I only have 1 for now, so I'll probably just end up trying to get some clues here as I go. So I think what we want to try to do is grab some information and get to the church. I bet the intel report's going to be useful here, but I guess we have to put our weaknesses back in our deck, eh? First things first, We're going to paint this intel report, which costs 2 to get a clue off this location. I don't even have my lockpicks. I don't have anything! Seth has nothing! Basically, Sefina's arrived here at the Mont Saint-Michel. It's not abandoned per se, but it's definitely not the tourist destination that it is during the day at low tide, where you can like walk there and when it's beautiful and like you can see it, you know. The torrential rain pouring out of the sky is causing people to sort of seek cover, and she's moving from, yeah, exactly. She's moving from doorway to doorway, kind of looking for anything she can find. She manages to squeeze a little bit of information. More wits? More wits? She has more things than I realize. Oh, that's good. She manages to squeeze a little bit of information out of someone at the gate about a few strange dressed men kind of moving towards the church, which is where she knows she needs to go. We're going to move towards the Grand Rue. Mont Saint-Michel's main road courses around the abbey. Courses? Yeah, sure, around the abbey, lined with shops and homes for fishermen and farmers. This is a one shroud, one clue location. After you succeeded a skill test by 1 or less, place a doom on the agenda with the most doom. I want this clue. That was a move. Third action is going to be to investigate. I'm a quick thinker. What is he on about? We're going to investigate here. Here in the Grand Rue. She's going to approach a nearby cafe and put on her warmest smile and order a café au lait, s'il vous plaît. She does not sound Quebecois. She sounds French when she says it. And she's going to see if she can get any information. I have 2 intelligence. I have 2 intellect. I put in a 3rd from quick thinking. 0. I succeeded by 2, so I immediately can take another action as if it were my turn. Cha-ching! I get the clue, and it says if you succeed by 1 or less, so we're good. So she is rewarded when she startles a man coming out of the coffee shop. She manages to catch his drink and his croissant before they hit the ground, and she manages to sort of warn him about the rain and the puddle right in front of the cafe before he steps out. They get to talking, and she's able to score a bit more information about the location of the abbey, church, and the way there. 2 clues, and we have an extra action. So I think I will use it to, move, probably. Let's do it. We want to go the outer wall, the north. Let's go to the north tower, yeah. Last action, move to the north tower. The north tower along the outer wall overlooks the town on one side and the tumultuous waters on the other. Freezing rain has made this path slippery and dangerous to follow. This is Sefina. Rather than going straight to the Abbey Church, she's kind of doing her best to try to figure out the lay of the land in case she needs to escape the city quickly, or Mont Saint-Michel quickly. Mont Saint-Michel, by the way, I don't know a ton about it, but it is, I believe, a fortress constructed, just off the coast of France, which is actually, it's a really kind of special place because it's this beautiful kind of like towering spire of a town. Essentially, it's like a walled castle town, but it's on a little rise of land, completely surrounded by essentially floodplains. So at high tide, you can only reach it by boat, but at low tide, you can walk there. But either way, it's super easily defensible because there's no cover anywhere around. Either you're sailing in, and then, all the troubles that come with that, or you're walking across, like, sand, basically. Beach. This is the North Tower. It says, wet stone steps lead higher up the path toward the abbey. Above, black storm clouds threaten to overtake the island. It says, while the current A agenda has more doom on it than the current C agenda, reduce the difficulty of each skill test at North Tower by 1. I don't like sand, Yeah, it's coarse and it's rough. It gets everywhere. Now see, if I were playing unrandomly I would now go to put Doom on the A agenda, because that would make sense, but instead I will flip a coin as we have decided. Okay. Boom. In the enemy phase, there are no enemies. So Sefina is going to take a breather here, and maybe even a cigarette. Corner what? Corner what? Yes, exactly. Ooh, a trench coat. That's useful. Okay. Oh, I see Requiem. Okay, I understand. Well, but Requiem, like, that quote, it's not like you. You're soft. and smooth and, I don't know, all the good things in life. Whatever the fuck that line is. So, in the Mythos phase, normally we place a Doom on the agenda. Exactly, Roger Twy. Basically, they just played Arkham Horror, the card game, with me narrating the actions. Exactly. That's how they did this. Sefina stands at the North Tower looking out over the rapidly rising waters, smokes a cigarette, plans her next moves. I know, Requiem! Ooh, excuse me? Oh, I see. Yes, so normally I would place a Doom on the agenda. Instead, I have my coin flipper here. Heads is agenda C, tails is agenda A. Heads, the path above, it's agenda C. Boom. So a Doom goes there, and we draw an encounter card. This is Crosshair's favorite part. I know. Boom. Oh, no. This is... Roger Twy, is that true? When you say wrote/designed, do you mean... Because I know of the person who's in charge of the LCG now at FFG, but I'm not sure who... Do you mean the person who, like, kind of created it originally over at FFG? Because that's some cool shit right there. This is the Swift Bayaki. There's a great shot of Sefina. She's smoking her cigarette. The light from the cigarette illuminates her face. It goes out. There's rain. It illuminates her face again, and right behind her head is the maw of a skeletal beast, and it roars. Oh, awesome, Roger Twy! How do you... I know Requiem, okay? It was a weird flex, alright? Just... And I shall call it... Taylor! Taylor! Roger Twy, that is very exciting. Did you work in game development or design? Par chance? This is a 2/3/2. Oh my god. I guess I could backstab it and just try to get rid of it. It's a hunter with retaliate. When it would move, instead, it moves until it enters your location, so it will always find you. In other words, evading this motherfucker's gonna do nothing. Oh, I could think on my feet and just get the hell out of here. Yes. That's correct, Requiem Lost. Yes, and it's truly horrific. Now, of course, Sefina has pretty good agility too, so, you know, who would win in a fair fight? Okay, my options are limited. I could think on my feet and just get out of there. Or I could attempt to deal with it. He has other interests other than game design, Scott? That's really cool, Roger Twy. I'm actually really excited to hear that. Okay, I think what I might do is just backstab this guy. And I'm sorry, Crosshair, because that doesn't make you very happy, I'm sure. But it only has 2 fights, and I can fight using my agility on backstab. And I think that's what I might do, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Neat. Chaos is fair. That is true. Look how chaotic it's been so far. We've just started and there's a horrible enemy on us here. Look at this thing. It's horrible. Especially because I was planning on just evading everything. Getting away from stuff. First action. We're going to paint a backstab. In other words, hearing the beast right behind her Sefina leaps over the wall onto a parapet. She turns around. She'll turn it into a crane. She turns around, and next to sort of other bits of graffiti on the wall, she takes out a charcoal pencil, and in the rain she starts to scrawl and scribe and smudge. I mean, if you could see her doing this, it would look absolutely insane. But what she's doing is the sort of magic that she knows how to do. She's essentially drawing the thing she wants to see. And what she wants to see is herself killing the swift Bayaki by snapping its neck. So I'm going to see if this succeeds or fails, and then we'll discuss how it kind of goes down. Backstab is a fight action that uses agility instead of combat, and it deals +2 damage. Which means, because I have 5 agility, I'm fighting 5 versus 2. I'm going to toss in my quick thinking. Oh, it also costs me, I guess, 3 resources. Sure. I'll paint you like one of my... I will paint you like one of my landscapes. So I'm a 6 versus a 2. Okay. So I still pass. Quick thinking doesn't go off. So I thought quickly, but not quickly enough. The Bayaki screams as she leaps over the wall. It takes off, flapping its leathery wings. It swoops around out towards the sea and then dives towards her on the wall, its claws outstretched towards her. Sefina, knowing that this might be the end, slams down hard on the small parapet beneath her, and, as she expected, given that Monsieur Michel is like 800 years old, it crumbles, and she topples down. Just a few feet, she manages to catch herself on another parapet. The beast smashes into the wall, unable to stop itself, and as it's falling by her, she takes her small blade, digs it right into the beast as it tumbles. And it's dead. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Sefina Rousseau. So that's 1. I'd love this clue here, but I don't have anything. I don't have any ability to do anything. So I think I'm just going to draw a card. The second action will be to draw a card. So she's going to basically spend some time. That's good. And then the third action will be to play Lone Wolf to go to 0. So Sefina's going to spend a bit of time climbing back up to the tower now that the beast has been dispatched. Now, interestingly enough, the beast has been dispatched, but it's gone. Boo! Boo! Yeah. That's pretty good, Crosshair. Because you know a pet is a fart in French. Very good. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I can't believe we backstabbed that swift Bayaki. Climbing back up the wall, Sefina kind of shakes her head and thinks to herself, holy crap, I'm getting too old for this. She slides up and over onto the ground, panting with the exertion. A lone wolf. I don't mind being on my own. It's when I do my best work. It's all about doing her best. This is the end of the investigation phase. I basically drew some cards and stuff. I'm going to draw a card and gain a resource. It's Leo DeLuca. He costs way too much money for me right now. Too rich for my blood. We're back to the mythos phase, which means time to flip a coin. I'm flipping the coin. It's heads again. That's a second doom on agenda 1C, which still doesn't help me here for the North Tower. A little je ne sais quoi. Very good. I might honestly spend a clue to place a doom here to gain 2 resources or draw a card. Actually, either or would be pretty good. I might just do that. Right, exactly, Crosshair. I will say, I know, he's such a sweetheart. This is the upgraded version. It only costs 5. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not playing with, like, all of the crazy advanced cards, right? Like, part of Doomed is about introducing people to the game, like, little by little. And I'm not explaining necessarily what I'm doing. It's about roleplay and storytelling, but Leo's a great all-around ally, even if he's not the most efficient. Very good, Requiem. I like that a lot. Did I draw an encounter card? I did not. I probably need to do that, eh? Sorry, Crosshair. I almost forgot to do this. Whee! Oh! No! This card is called Hunted by Bayaki. It's a pact, somehow. It says test agility 6. If you fail, reveal the top X cards of the encounter deck. X is the amount you failed by. Basically, if you find a Bayaki by revealing cards, you draw it. If you find an Omen, you take a Horror, shuffle the encounter decks. They go back in. They don't get removed. I have 5 agility. I'm not going to throw in on this. That's just ridiculous. But honestly, let's test. -1, so that's 4. So I'll just reveal the top 2. Let's just shuffle real quick. Here they are. Do we think they're going to be bad? Hiya! Those don't look like Bayakis. This is marked by the sign Spires of Carcosa, which is an omen, so I'll take a horror. In other words, I'll just put it on. Oh, I have to put it on me because I don't have an ally. In other words, I like everybody's crazy references here. That's pretty good, Requiem, as well, actually. I like that. I just adapted something in German, so I happen to know a little bit now, which is nice. I get 1 for my lone wolf when my turn begins. So, sitting on the wall of the North Tower, breathing heavily, covered in sweat from her near miss with the swift Bayaki. Sefina feels the eyes of more of the creatures upon her, but looking up and around, she realizes it's just her imagination playing tricks on her. Or is it? Her mind begins to fray as she realizes the magnitude of the thing in front of her. Even if she discovers where the ritual is taking place, how is she going to get through? How does she get to the path to Carcosa? What does it mean to take the path to Carcosa? Right? Could mean anything. So, here we are. Free trigger. I'm going to spend a clue to place a doom on an agenda. I can choose. But of course, so if I choose to place one here, I get 2 resources. If I choose to place one here, I draw a card. I will, of course, as you all know, flip the coin. It's heads. So I'm going to place... Sorry, I'm going to spend a clue to place a doom on agenda 1C, which will draw me a card. So it's a free trigger, basically, to draw a card. This is the Unspeakable Oath Curiosity. That's okay, though, because I can investigate the One Shroud location. That should be okay. Yeah, it sure does, Crosshair. It's really... we're basically going for it fully right now. I really want this location's clue, but I think I'll just try to I need to get rid of this Unspeakable Oath as well. I need resources and stuff. Do we just draw cards? That's so boring. We should try to advance, right? You know what? We're gonna... So boring. We're gonna move back to Grand Rue. Sefina's curiosity is, again, getting the better of her. It's pulling her back towards the main street, away from the North Tower, where she feels like there's something waiting to be discovered, but she just knows there's a part of her that must be satisfied in her investigation. I am going to investigate the Grand Rue. Nope, that's 0. One more. -4. Great. No enemies on the board, so in upkeep we draw a card and gain a resource. It's a hot streak. Cha-ching, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hot streak, Leo. And then I'm on board. Okay. Oh, shoot. No, it's after you succeed by 1 or less. Okay, we're good. Well, I mean, I'm investigating 2v1. It's very silly. I shouldn't be doing that, frankly, but sometimes the curiosity just gets the better of you. We move back into the mythos phase, and again, I'm going to determine which agenda I place it on. Tails this time. So this time I place a doom right here on the agenda A. Tide rises. Pretty much Requiem. And we all know Sefina's quite attractive. That's why she has high agility and high willpower. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. So I placed a doom. We have currently 1 doom on the A agenda and 3 on the C agenda. Again, I don't really know what that means, but here we are, right? I'm going to draw a counter card. I almost said it. This is redacted grasp. Secretly, this is really bad. Secretly add redacted's grasp to your hand. Okay. Then it says, after 1 or more doom is placed on the A agenda, take 2 damage and discard it from your hand. I suppose I can deny the existence of the damage, at least. So maybe that's just my best bet. Oh, yoy. Horrible. Sefina rushing away from the wall. The North Tower turns around in the Grand Rue just in time to see... Well, that's the hope, Crosshair. A wave of water crashing up over the wall. Specifically, it's the wave of water looks just like tendrils of a hand, like fingers on a hand reaching up over the North Tower, reaching for her. When my turn begins, I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Here we go, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here's my turn. Ready? Action 1, gain a resource. Action 2, hot streak to 10. Action 3, Leo DeLuca back down to 5. Now Leo's not here, but he's providing us with, intel. He's providing us with information. And okay, cool. See you soon, Crosshair. He is providing us with all sorts of necessary materials that we're going to need. What I'm going to do now, last action, is investigate to try to get rid of this unspeakable oath of curiosity before we just get going and try to, I don't know. Yeah, let's try to deal with what we got going on here. I have 2 intellects versus the 1. Great, so I succeeded. So I can discard... discard the curiosity from my hand. So by spending so much time, like Sefina knows she's running out of time. She knows that something is drawing her back to the street, and when she finally speaks to the old man on the corner, the raving man, she realizes these are just the ravings of an old madman. She's been drawn in by nothing. She realizes she spent all of her time following nothing at all. So that was, I succeeded by 1 or less, so I place a doom on the agenda with the most doom. So in fact, I specifically have to place 1 here. Which is now at 4. And this says the A agenda? Yeah. Okay, so we move into the mythos phase here. Zoomed. We draw a card and gain a resource. This is the Stars of Hyades. Horrible. Choose an event beneath Sefina Rousseau and remove it from the game. It's like the worst. Bye-bye! Elusive is gone. That's really sad. Okay, well, I mean, could have been worse, I suppose. And then Stars goes back into my deck. In the mythos phase, we of course flip a coin to decide where we're going to place the doom, because this game isn't hard enough. Tails, which is the A agenda. We haven't advanced anything yet. Which causes Redacted's grasp to go off. Take 2 damage and discard it. I will take the 2 damage, but then deny existence allows me to ignore the damage. A wall of water crashes around through the streets. Nobody seems to be paying it any mind at all, except Sefina. And as it barrels down towards her, she manages to leap onto a parked car. She closes her eyes and summons all of the mystic energy inside of her, and she simply says, no. The water passes through her and around her, and she is unharmed. And when she opens her eyes, the street is damp, but not flooded. I'm going to draw an encounter card. It's Delusory Evils. Oh, this is a great card. Crosshair is going to love this. Delusory Evils, I assume, means that the forces that be, the cultists out there, are actively attempting to ruin your life. You must... Oh, it says... It says you must either add it to your hand or place a doom on the current agenda and discard it. I can choose which one that is, or randomly, I guess. You could say that. When you would succeed at a skill test by 3 or more, you automatically fail instead. Discard it. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna place a doom on the agenda. Tails. So the reason I'm letting it go is because I feel like I'm gonna have to pass a test at some point, and right now I don't mind advancing these agendas. It's gonna get real tricky soon, guys. Real tricky. Yeah, real tricky. And we move back to the investigation phase and gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Move, draw the intel report. Move. Oh, no, Crosshair, sorry, hello, welcome back. The card here says, you can't read it, can you? Sorry. It says, I can spend a clue to put a doom on it to gain 2 resources. But if I place a doom on it for any other reason, I don't gain the resources. Specifically, this was take this card into your hand and then fail when you would succeed, or, yeah. Sefina's going to shake off the delusory evils, the evils that are only in her own mind, and continue barreling down the path to Carcosa. We need 3 clues. I want the clue on the North Tower. But first things first, we're going to go over here just to see what the dealio here is. This is the outer wall of the city. Defends it from the wrath of the tide and from conquering invaders. This is a 4-shroud, 1-clue location. It says, while the current C agenda has more doom on it than the current A agenda, it does. Double the number of skill icons on cards committed here. Waves slam against the stone walls, water spraying onto the pathways above. If you don't act quickly, even these stalwart walls won't be able to stop the rising tide. Ooh, is it rising so much it's going to swallow up the city? That's pretty wild. I want to be able to paint my intel report, or at least get a lockpicks or something, but I'm going to draw intel report, and then I'm going to play it? Yeah. And gain the clue. Sefina, the ravings of the madman here in the Grand Rue had nothing to tell her, unfortunately. She realizes that she's wasted so much time. But she's not headed to the church yet because she figures if the cultists are at the Abbey Church, she needs to be prepared to fight them. And in order to be prepared, she needs to know what they're planning. Here at the outer wall, the waters continue to rise, eating away at the city. And she wonders whether the path to Carcosa is indeed the path below, because those waters will consume the world. And she looks up at the storm clouds above, and they are coming down towards the ground. Perhaps the path above is not a path at all. Perhaps it is the path for the King in Yellow to enter their reality instead. Either she needs to go down to avoid the threat from above, or she needs to go up to avoid the threat from below. Last action. Put down the trench coat? I mean, I certainly like having the +1 for evasion. Oh, it's just so much money. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Upkeep. Sefina steps away, heads back towards the main rue. Yes, I did, Crosshair. You're right. Here, I'll show you. Oh, yes, it was... that's right. It was Redacted's Grasp. I placed a doom on the A agenda. I took the 2 damage and then denied my own existence to avoid the damage. Ooh. She pulls her trench coat. Oh. Right, sure, Requiem. Wink. She pulls her trench coat more tightly around herself as she heads back, hoping to find more information elsewhere. Let's draw a card and gain a resource, right? Ward of Protection, that's a good card. That's a neat trick. I'll try rolling. That's a neat trick. In the Mythos phase, again, we place a doom on one of the agendas. Flip, Philadelphia. Heads is Agenda 1C. So, it's now reached its threshold, so we're going to advance. This is the path above. This is Agenda 1D, Blue Star's Demise. Ugh. As the vortex grows in size and force, so too does its pull on reality. Debris and rubble start to float upwards, pulled into the terrible void. A thunderous crash shakes the island to its very core. Soon the whole city will be destroyed by the maelstrom. Shuffle the encounter discard pile, and both set aside copies of Rift Seeker into the encounter deck. Oh boy. Quick cue, what's Rift Seeker? Oh, it's a horrible enemy. Oh, cool. Shuffled. Check the current A agenda. If it has 2 or fewer doom, no. If it has 3 or more doom, mark a doubt in your campaign log. I will, thanks. I now have 2 conviction and 3 doubt. If agenda... Oh, 1A is not the current A agenda. It is. Okay. Yep, both. They're both in there, baby. Don't you worry, Crosshair. Would I lie to you? Then I have to draw an encounter card because it's still the Mythos phase. Click. This is one of the newly minted Rift Seekers. Okay. As Sefina prepares to step away from the outer wall to head back to the North Tower to see if she can get more information there, a keening comes out of the sky. This is not a scream per se, it is the sound of despair and tragedy from above. She looks up. A Bayaki, not unlike the swift one from before, but this one has a figure on its back, a man, perhaps, dressed in yellow. It's flying above her. Not sure if it's seen her yet. Forced. After it attacks you, you must either take an additional damage and additional horror or place a doom on each agenda. Action. Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. You better watch yourself. Place a doom on each agenda and take 2 horror to parlay to discard the Rift Seeker. In other words, I can be like, no, don't worry, I already know about the path. And then it'll go away. The question is, do I want to do this? I feel like I can probably evade it. Oh! I'm gonna think on my feet. Think on my feet. When an enemy would spawn at your location, immediately move to a connecting location. Whee! I'm gonna move to the Broken Steps. So, is this a hunter? It's not even. It's just gonna sit here. That's really good. It just flies around. It circles around the outer wall. The man or figure on its back just seems to be looking for something. We cut back to Sefina, who's already disappearing around the corner. The broken steps leading up to the church. Bolts of lightning silhouette the abbey above. A path of long, winding steps leads up the hill, branching into multiple routes as you draw nearer to the abbey. This is a 3-shroud, 0-clue location. Fuck. You must either... This is bad. Oh, this is really bad. You must either discard an asset you control, or draw the topmost cultist enemy in the encounter discard pile. Well, there are no cultists in the discard pile, so I have to discard an asset I control. Mother... These are adaptable and streetwise are permanent, which means I can't discard them. Leo's good, Moon's good, Trenchcoat kind of sucks, Lone Wolf is really important. I'm gonna lose the Trenchcoat. Climbing up the broken steps, Sefina begins to slip and fall. She manages to catch herself as part of the road steps tumble away, but her trenchcoat gets caught, ripped off of her in the wind, flaps away out to sea. She thinks to herself, that wasn't cheap. Never getting that back. One resource from Lone Wolf when my turn begins. That sucks. Okay, well, actually, so I need a third clue. Ooh. I need a third clue, and I have to get it from the North Tower. Can I get there from here? Yes, I can. Okay. Oh, but I can't come back to the broken steps, or else I have to discard an asset I control. Brrr, it sucks. Oh, it's so frustrating. Sorry folks, I have a quick message to reply to here. This is annoying. Excuse me, this is a stream, and people come here for all sorts of reasons. Okay, they come here to watch us play Doomed. Hey, what day is it? Tomorrow's the 11th. There we go. Got it. Okay, folks, let's analyze what's happened so far. Sefina's been basically sitting around with her thumb up her butt, looking for... Oh! Insane! You can tell us all about it, Aragorn, if you need to vent. It's a good place for venting. I'm about to vent about the game. Here it comes. Basically, I just sat around with my thumb up my butt, not getting any clues, discarding the curiosity by going into the curiosity shop. I got away from this guy, which is good. I got the victory point here, which is good. But then moving into the broken steps means I have to discard an asset or draw the topmost cultist enemy in the encounter. Discard round sucks. Ha ha. Alright, DJ, very good. I suppose that's true, Roger Twy. Here's the problem, folks. I think I have to go... I either have to go back to the North Tower and try to get this... Oh! Oh! The difficulty's reduced. Okay. Yeah. You get a clue. Okay, so we're actually leaving the steps. She advances up the steps to the church, but realizes that she can't get in. She doesn't have she can't find the way in here, so we're gonna leave. And head to the North Tower. Oh boy. Okay. What? So, Aragorn, what's happening here exactly? Oh, X being the other person, I understand. I thought you meant X was like, was you for some reason? I don't understand why. Oh, you were part of the call, I understand. Yikes. Do I? I actually look a lot like the guy in the art for Haunted, the card. Here, I'll show you. Here, I'll, let me find it. I know we're kind of side-tracking the game here, but here's the art for Haunted, and here's me. Oh, no, here. Hang on. Here's me. Ready? Pretty good, right? I don't have Haunted in my deck. Yes. Yes, it would be. Have fun blowing your own leg off, right? Okay, so we've moved into the North Tower. Well, the current A agenda has more doom on it than the current C agenda, which it does. Reduce the difficulty of each skill test here by 1. So it's a 3 shroud location right now, which means I can spend some money. Yay! First, I attack, and then I snack. Delivery food. Did you get something good? We're gonna play easy mark, folks, which means 2 resources and a card. Fuck! Stars of Hyades discards me the backstab, and it goes back in the old Deckaroo. Sucks. Okay, and then we're going to investigate here. Okay. Basically, Sefina... It sure would, Crosshair. Basically, Sefina is going to head back to the North Tower, where she feels like she saw something when she was there with the Bayaki, but the Bayaki came at exactly the wrong time. She's going to look for that thing. She just feels like there's something there, under the storm clouds, above the rising waters. That just... Oh, I never read... Oh, shoot. Sorry, I never read Agenda 2C. This is important. The whirlwind over the island continues to rage. Blinding flashes of lightning and deafening thunder assault your senses. Is the vortex above the key to opening the path? If so, you have no choice but to beckon the entity closer. And then it says each monster enemy gets +1 fight. I mean, good thing I'm not going to fight much, right? And then I can spend clues to place doom on it. Shawarma. Delicious. I'm sorry about your call, Aragwen. That sounds very frustrating. Okay. So, as Sefina moves back towards the tower, she enlists the aid of a poor young man who she totally ensnares with her charms. She's kind of maybe implying a little bit like they're gonna go and have a romantic evening together on the North Tower, but she just needs his eyes because, not literally out of his head, but like she just needs his eyes to help look for something. She knows she saw something here, overlooking the cliff. He's the easy mark that she's tried to convince about what's happening. So we're going to investigate. I have it's a 3 shroud location right now, and I have 2 intellect, but I'm going to make it 5 by spending 2 resources. So it's a 5 versus a 3. I'll throw in this ward to make it 6. Great. Good. Sounds good. Okay, great. So that's another clue. Fantastico. Now, if I move back, I have to discard an asset. I have to get an asset or get the fucking shit. Or just draw something in the discard pile, which sucks. I guess I'm discarding an asset, huh? Or I'm just gonna draw a card. I'm just gonna take a resource. No, I still have an action left, Crosshair. I moved. I played easy mark. I investigated. And then Sefina's gonna leave this poor guy in the dust. He says, oh, is this what you're looking for? It's an old brass key. She saw the light glinting off of it from the light of her cigarette right before the Bayaki approached. And she's like, oh, thank you so much, thank you. And then she just leaves him in the dust. If I go back to the Broken Steps, I have to discard an asset I control. It sucks. I don't want to lose Leo or the Moon or Lone Wolf. but I suppose I have to lose one of them eventually, right? So I'm just gonna do it now. I'm gonna move back, and I'm gonna discard the Lone Wolf. Ugh. Okay, that sucks. In the upkeep phase, we draw a card and gain a resource. It's the better Think on Your Feet. That's good. And we move to the Mythos phase. So Sefina has this brass key now that she has a gut feeling it's gonna work at the Abbey Church. She's left behind them. Sucker. There's a cultist over here at the outer wall. And there's still the ability to get clues down at the Porte de l'Avancée, but of course I don't want to go back via the broken steps anymore. Sucks. Okay, in order to place doom on this agenda, we're going to flip a coin. Flip. It's flipping. What do we got? Heads! That's this agenda. That's agenda 2C. One doom. 3 out of 5 on the tide rises. What do we think, folks? It's totally random. We don't know if the path to Carcosa is the path above or the path below. We're slightly further along the path above, so I'm hoping that's the one, but kind of advancing the both randomly here. And now, as she mounts the broken steps towards the Abbey Church, the pale mask beckons. If the man in the pallid mask is not in play, search his bearer's deck and discard pile for him and put him on the board. Great. The man in the pallid mask spawns at the furthest location. So this is the only furthest location. It's the Porte de l'Avancée. Of course I can try to get rid of him, but I might just leave him, honestly. It's a bit of a gimme, I'd say. The pale mask beckons. Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. Good God, this is horrible. Okay. My turn begins. So, thankfully at least, all that happened is as Sefina moved up towards the Abbey Church, a flash of lightning briefly illuminated the window, and she could see in the reflection the man in the pallid mask, but when she turned around, he wasn't there. She realizes it's a reflection of where she came in. Well, you could say good Requiem. You could also say paranoid. The first action is going to be to spend 3 clues to move into the Abbey Church. You'll have to find a path not blocked by debris and rubble in order to reach the Abbey. She does, and in fact uses her key. This is a 3 shroud, 1 clue location. If there are 2 agendas in play with different agenda numbers, it gets 2 shroud. Forced. Put the set aside Cœur Gothique, Knight's Hall, Cloister, Chapel of Saint-Aubert, and Abbey Tower into play. Whoa, that's a lot of locations. Okay, here we go. Knight's Hall, Cloister. There's a lot of setup to do here, folks. The Chapel and the Abbey Tower. Okay, the Abbey Tower is probably... Oh, so here, this is a great time to explain how setup works. This app, this mod for Tabletop Simulator does a lot of it for you. At the bottom of the card here, you can see a bunch of symbols. That represents the locations to which the Abbey Church is connected. So top left, is the red square. Over here on the broken steps, top left, it's the gray sort of equals sign, connected to red square, so it's connected to the Abbey Church. The Abbey Church is connected to 4 other locations. Let's find out what they are. Abbey Tower? No. Chapel of Saint-Aubert? Yes, because that's the crescent moon. I will put the connection marker there. The cloister is orange. The Knight's Hall, I'm just going to put all these down here and figure out where they go afterwards, I guess. The Abbey Tower is only connected to the Cœur Gothique, so that goes up here. Right. And then... So actually, I'll just do that really quick here. I'm putting little markers to remind myself of how it's all connected. And then the cloister is connected to red and this guy, the Knight's Hall. So these guys make a little triangle. So based on the little connections on the cards here, the Abbey Church leads up to the Cœur Gothique. Oh boy. So the Gothic Cœur is it's heart without the it would be heart if it didn't have the H. Chœur here would be like choir or choral, right? So it clearly means the heart of the church, which I think is maybe apse in English or something, APSE, possibly. Not actually sure. I don't know much about Catholicism, which leads up to the Abbey Tower. The door leading up to the Abbey Tower is locked. You cannot enter the Abbey Tower unless you have found the tower key. Down here is the Chapel of Saint-Aubert. The way to the Chapel of Saint-Aubert is hidden. You cannot enter it until you have found a guide. Then the Abbey Church is also connected to the Knight's Hall and the Cloister, which are also connected to each other. Okay, long story short, we basically just entered here. This has 5 shroud and a clue. I think we need to start investigating. I think we need to figure out what's what. So let's get to it. Let's go investigate the cloister. The open arcade of the cloister is normally restricted to the monastery's monks and religious leaders, but with the abbey seemingly abandoned, seriously, Requiem, it takes little effort for you to sneak your way in. No, but actually, Crosshair, and they do this a lot in the game. It's good, it's smart. It makes, when you set up the game, you realize how many locations there are because you put them aside, but, you know. Second action, I'm going to move into the cloister. Say 2 shroud, 1 clue location. If there are no clues on it, parlay. Test willpower 3. If you succeed, remember that you have found a guide. A lone monk patrols the covered walk, surrounding himself in whispered prayer. He doesn't seem to notice the storm threatening to tear the abbey down. Sefina is not religious by any stretch of the imagination, but Sefina Rousseau realizes that the waters rising up and the storm descending seem to be intersecting here. This chapel, this abbey seems to be the nexus for all of this, and therefore the people who work here may have some information, something that she can actually use, potentially. I guess third action, I'm going to just start investigating. I have 2 intellect versus the 2 of the location, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. Skull? -3, I think. Highest number of doom in play, that's 3, so that's bad. Last one, we'll check again. Big skull, big old boom, bada boom. No enemies, sorry, there are enemies on the board, but they do not hunt. The man in the pallid mask is standing just at the entrance, blocking our way out of Mont Saint-Michel. And the Rift Seeker does not hunt, which is awesome, actually, so that's cool. Sefina is looking around for something, anything that will help her here to try to decipher which way she needs to go. Up towards the tower, where she can get to the sky, or down and out towards the Chapel of Saint-Aubert. She's just not sure. In upkeep, we draw a card and gain a resource. Pickpocketing. That's a good card. We go to Mythos. With 0 clues on the board. The more clues I can get, the more likely I can spend them to try to advance the agenda that I want. Or, as we have decided, of course, the agenda that fate forces me to advance. I do reserve the right to stop advancing them randomly if I know that's going to make me lose. I do. Yes, that's right. So there's a clue here on the Abbey Church, which has 5 shroud right now, because it says it has +2 shroud if the agendas have different numbers, which they do. The cloister only has 2, though, so I think that's where I'm headed next. Unless this kills me. Oh! It's hunted by Bayaki. Test agility 6. Let's just test it. Just test it. Just test it. Doesn't matter. Here it comes. What do we got? Oh, -1. Okay. So I have 5. -1 is 4 agility. We're going to reveal the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. 1 and 2. That's a pact. It goes back. But this is a Bayaki. I must draw it. Sucks ass. Damn it, Crosshair. Oh, shoot. I discarded it by accident. Wait, where did it go? There it is. What did I say? Wait, did I... Oh, Jesus, did I place a Doom? I didn't even place a Doom. Sorry, guys. Flip it. Flip it. Flip it. Sorry, I didn't place a doom, did I? Oh my god, where am I? I drew... Where am I? Who am I? I drew a card and gained a resource, and then I did not place a doom on the agenda, so here it comes. I'm flipping the coin. Heads. So agenda 2C now has 2 doom on it. Oh, each monster gets +1 fight. So this is now a 4-3-4. Okay. However, you'll notice the silence on the VOD. The silence is me judging the people in the chat for trying to give me more horror than I need. Yeah, Real Brick Wall, it's actually, like, I feel like I've been getting better, generally, with every passing, like, year. And you get +3 flight! get the hell out of here! But yes, there's, you know, especially for a card game, it's solo as well. Like, if there's 2 of you, you can kind of keep track between you, or 4 of you, or whatever, keep track between you, but this is bad news. Okay, so, what I want to do... Oh, think on your feet! Play when an enemy enters your location, immediately move to a connecting location. Zip! I'm going to do that for free. So I'm going to zip right into the Knight's Hall and leave this guy behind. Now, the thing is, Crosshair, so he doesn't hunt. Again, Sefina, she starts to approach the... it's good, eh? It's not bad. Spiky, or your hair puffed. I'm a hair puff! As she begins to approach the priest, and she just starts to call out, Father, Père, excusez-moi, Père, Monseigneur, my Seigneur, sorry, Monseigneur, like, Monseigneur translates to my lord or my ruler, but Monseigneur is the name of a French Catholic. It's not a cardinal, but it's like above a priest. It is not. It's pronounced redacted. Anyway, she sees just outside the window, through the windows in the cloister. Yeah, exactly. There's just through the windows of the cloister, she sees a shape fly by. She ducks down under the window and basically rolls out of the room, and notices again another creature with leathery wings circling with a man, possibly a woman, a figure on its back. So we're just going to get out of there, and we're going to move to the Knight's Hall. Rows of symmetrical stone pillars. Rows of symmetrical stone pillars give this hall a sense of calm serenity that clashes with the torrent outside. Yeah, no, it's horrible, Crosshair. This is a 2-shroud, 1-clue location that says, if there are no clues on it, investigate using agility. If you succeed, remember that you found the tower key. In other words, get the clue, then steal the key, and then we can go upstairs. I like it. Okay, so we're into the investigation phase. I really want this clue. I am going to spend 2 resources to get this clue. Yeah, first action, investigate. We're looking through the Knight's Hall to see if there's any mosaics, any art, any books or records, anything that might assist Sefina with the information about what the hell is going on here. I have 5 intellect. 0. Fantastic, that's a clue. I'll take it. Next, she does indeed discover the office of one of the sort of ranking priests that lives here. It's ajar, so she slips in and sees several sets of keys hanging on the wall. And she hears murmured voices coming from down the hall. She's going to attempt to grab the keys and zip back out. We're going to investigate using agility to steal the keys, basically. Well, it says find the keys. I know what that means. So I have 5 agility. 0 again. I'll take it. Okay, good. Okay, so remember, We've found the tower key. Remember. Oh my god. Is it time to quantum flux yet? I feel like it might be, actually. Third action, draw the quantum flux. Fourth action, play the quantum flux. Eventually I need to get back into the cloister. Which sucks. No, I didn't get the guide, Crosshair, so there's still a clue here. Then I would have to have parlayed, but I zipped out when the Rift Seeker showed up. The Rift Seeker showed up, and I was like, nope. Sefina ducked down behind the windows and rolled along the floor out of view of the monk, who just kind of went, ugh, and back to studying his Bible or whatever. But we do have the keys. Do I quantum flux now? There's 12 cards in my discard pile. Oh! Ah, quantum flux says shuffle your discard pile into your deck and draw a card. Okay, so a lot of good things in my discard pile, but also, how many weaknesses? Oh, just the one, actually. I'd rather not have that show up again, but beggars can't be choosers, right? Last action, quantum flux. We're going to remove quantum flux from the game. I gotta shuffle these bad boys back into the deck. Sefina Rousseau, having obtained the key. Yeah, no, but actually, I'm gonna draw through the gates, and then it's gonna reveal the top card of my deck, which is gonna be something absolutely crucial and critical to my game plan, and it's just gonna disappear. I guarantee it, Crosshair. Guaranteed. But I get some of my money back. I get my quick thinkings back. 11 good cards, 1 bad card. Seems like a fair trade. I like how all your cards are good cards except the weaknesses. It's a ridiculous concept. This is a card building game, a deck building game, where you want to draw cards, but some of the cards in your deck are bad, so you don't want to draw those. It's just ass. Sefina, sitting out in the Knight's Hall, breezes past the monks that are walking down the hall. She carefully tucks the old tower key into her dress. She finds a wall that is lit up by the lightning from the outside. Staring at it, she begins to see patterns in it. She closes her eyes and focuses her thoughts. What she's hoping to do is not to turn back time, but to revert some of what she's discovered back to get some of her information back. And she feels a disturbance as she does. So we go to upkeep, because again, these Rift Seekers don't hunt, which is great news. I mean, it's decent anyway. Draw a card. Whoa! Sorry, I'll shuffle. Draw a card, gain a resource. Hot streak. It's a hot streak. Hot. Oh yeah, because I lost so many assets. And we move to the mythos phase. Here you go, Crosshair. This one's for you, baby. From the spacey thing. Oh! Yeah, sorry, Crosshair, you're right. Thank you. The spacey thing, quantum flux. So, draw a card. You're right. Let's say that was this. So now that it's upkeep, I will draw another. Easy mark. Not bad. If I can draw a second easy mark, they become better, obviously. The easy marks in this case will be the monks. I'm going to flip my coin. Tails. It's 4 doom out of 5 on agenda 1A. The tide rises. Now, we draw an encounter card, and I will thank you very much not to tell me what I'm going to draw, Crosshair. Oh, this doesn't seem good. This is Worlds Merge. Yikes. Test Willpower 3. If you fail, and Agenda 2C is in play, which it is, I believe. Yeah. If you fail, Agenda 2C, take 2 horror and discard 2 cards from your hand, but I don't want to do that. Oh, man. Shoot. I could toss in the hot streak to get +1 willpower. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Yes, sorry, Crosshair, yes. So it says, test willpower 3. Then it says, if you fail, if agenda 1C is in play, do this. If agenda 2C is in play, do this. If actor agenda 3C is in play, do this. So it's just the second bullet point that affects us, thankfully. Take 2 horror and discard 2 cards from your hand. I don't want to, but I will. But I will. I will test my willpower as Sefina watches as burning bright spires from above slam down into the roof of the church. They sort of melt through the ceiling. Nobody seems to recognize that they're happening. +1! Oh, very good with the... Mubot. Ooh, this is... Look at this. They've changed some of their... So, Crosshair, I'm just noticing, at least on my... I'm using Streamlabs chatbot to use to look at the chat. And a lot of the letters... yeah, no, smart. A lot of the letters have been adjusted in some sort of other font or whatever the fuck, so that they wouldn't be flagged, I guess. What's the phrase that you flagged? If it's working, it's working. That's great. Good stuff. Boom. Bye-bye, Y Pizza. Okay, +1 means the worlds will not merge. Sefina looks up and raises her hands to the ceiling and just uses some of her mystical energy to channel the spires back up through the ceiling. She doesn't know how she's done that, but something has happened. We move back to the investigation phase. I mean, honestly, I think I want to just take some money and hot streak here. But I could also... go and look around for other things. I have not found a guide, but I have found the key. So, so I could go up to the Abbey Tower, I suppose, as well. I don't want to, like, spend all the turns just running around, right? So I think I'm going to go back to the Abbey Church. I can't look for things here because it's too... yeah, oh. That son of a gun. Oh, perfect, actually. I'll play Easy Mark, even though it's not ideal, but I'll gain 2 resources and draw a card. And it's an Easy Mark, which says, when you play it, play another from your hand at no cost. Boom, baby. In other words, Sefina stole the key right out of the office here of one of the... Are you the key master? She stole the key to the tower right of the office of Monseigneur here. Used her mind to try to push back the advancing spires of Carcosa. On her way back to the Abbey Church, found a couple of sniveling, crying women who are praying for guidance. And it's not that she picked their pockets, but she did convince them that she was there collecting on behalf of the church and managed to get just a little bit of money from them. Isn't that terrible? Third action, I'll hot streak, which is 10. Sorry, spend 5 to gain 10, so it's a net 5. That feels good. And then last action. Oh, this is great now. All of a sudden we're rich, I tell you. The Abbey Church still has 5 shrouds, so I don't feel great about trying to get this clue yet. I could spend a clue. Yes, let's do it. I'm going to spend a clue to place a doom on one of the 2 agendas, which will either give me 2 resources or draw me a card. Oh no! Turned. I will not read the whole sentence out loud, of course. Crosshair. You should know better than that. I like you guys though. You're good kids. Free trigger. Sefina is gonna use some of the information she's. It is very worthy. I really like the backwards spelling. Actually, it's really nice. Sefina's gonna use some of the information that she's gathered to try to put the pieces together here and really figure out, is it the entity above or the tide below? Oh, I have to flip the coin because, of course, what would a game be without a bunch of random chance? This is tails, which I think is actually good for us here, folks. Tails is the path below, so we go to the next agenda. This is Agenda 1B, Red Dawn's Surmise. The tide continues to rise rapidly, the outer walls of the village assaulted by hurricane-force winds and freezing rain. Good thing we're in the church. The storm only grows in intensity as the evening turns to night. Soon, the tide water will completely flood the city. Yikes. Shuffle, the encounter discard pile, and both side copies of Tidal Terror into the encounter deck. What's Tidal Terror? Oh! Squid Man. Squid Man, NBD. Check the current C agenda. If the current C agenda has 2 or fewer doom on it, mark a conviction in your campaign log. I will, so I'm up to 3 conviction and 3 doubt. Time to draw both. Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, crosshair. Blah, blah, blah. Then it says, wait. Oh, if agenda, sorry. It's not Agenda 1C, so in fact, I don't mark any. My bad. I didn't read that properly. It says if Agenda 1C, but I'm not on Agenda 1C. Agenda 2A, Let the Storm Rage. The angry sea continues to barrage the island. Waves crash against the walls and rain pelts the rooftops. Is the rising sea the key to opening the path? If so, you have no choice but to let the storm rage on. Each copy of Ancient Evils gains Surge. Motherfucker. That's horrible. Ancient Evils is a much maligned card from the core set. Ancient Evils is a card that says, Revelation, put a doom. And then it says, if this would cause the agenda to advance, advance. So instead of saying, here's a doom, here's a way to deal with it, it just says, fuck you, here's a doom. That's bad. Okay. Because I placed a doom on this agenda, through its free ability, I will gain 2 resources, however. My god. Okay. Yes, and Surge, thank you very much. Surge is, well, other than being sort of water-related, Surge is a keyword on Mythos cards that says, if you draw a card that has Surge, once you resolve this card, draw the next one. Basically, Surge is a way of putting a keyword on a card so that if it doesn't do anything to you, you still have to draw a new card and it punishes you in some way. Makes sense. In this case now... Fuck you, here's a doom. Now, every copy of Ancient Evils is both terrible and gives me another card. It's the worst. Okay, monsters +1 fight. Ancient Evils gain Surge. Did I draw an encounter card? I'm not even done. Oh my god, I'm not even done my turn. I just made money. Sefina ran out of the Knight's Hall into the Abbey Church, basically stole a bunch of money from a couple of old ladies, and then was like, I'm on a hot streak, and like now has a ton of money. Now that there are 2 agendas in play that don't have different agenda numbers, Abbey Church has 3 Shroud. So, guess what? We're getting the clue off this location. I have 2 intellect, +3 with Streetwise to 5, +3 with Streetwise to 8. What up? Elder Sign. Oh my god. Point. Elder Sign is +3. So I succeeded. I was 11 versus 3. You may choose an event beneath this card and draw it. I think I will. Wow, that was good. Damn. Okay, so we got the clue off this location. Zip. Excellent work. Bite my shiny heretical ass. Incredible. Okay. Enemy phase. None of these Rift Seekers are gonna come in to hunt me. It's fine by me. Upkeep phase, we flip our cards back over. Draw a card to gain a resource. It's the other sneak attack. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's more than fine, actually. Mythos phase. Mythos phase, we place a doom on the agenda, but of course I can choose. But of course I can't, because I've decided to flip a coin every time. That's tails, which is this agenda right there. So now 2C has 2 doom on it. 2A has 1 doom on it. I think I'm going to go up to the top of the tower to see if I can figure out what happens up there. Oh, interesting. I did not know that, DJ. That's really cool. Here you go, Crosshair. This one's for you. Ah, a classic. Twisted to his will. We are. Ooh. I always let my bum choose for me, DJ. Otherwise, test willpower X. X is the amount of doom in play. If you fail, discard 2 cards from your hand at random. There is 3 doom in play, so I'm testing will 3. I have 4, because I have some will. Skull. -2. So I fail. So I discard 2 cards from my hand at random. Fuck. Come on, something good. Okay, Leo. And a sneak attack. Could be worse. Me too, DJ. I love the trivia of like word origins and how words came to be and how you can kind of determine the meaning of something from where it comes from and the reasons for that. I think it's really cool. Okay. Standing in the Abbey Church, Sefina's basically counting her money, getting ready to go up to the Abbey Tower to see if there's anything up there. No, I need to go and deal with this other asshole. That's what I need to do. But in that moment, she feels her hands, her arms, her back begin to arch as she feels some sort of presence invading her body. Is this the king in yellow? She manages to shake it off, but not before she feels that she's lost part of what she's thinking about. She's moving towards the truth here, folks. I'm gonna play pickpocketing, which is fast. It's fast. I think we need to deal with this Rift Seeker. I'm gonna move into this. So Sefina, having taken so much money off these people and just feeling so lucky, is ready. She walks back into the cloister to try to speak to the monk again. Pluses and minuses. Good question, Requiem. You can check that. Do you mean, Crosshair, you mean the +1 health, hey? +1 fight. +1 fight. So he's a 4/3/4. He still only has 4 agility, thankfully, which is good news. So I think, okay, this actually isn't too bad. Sneak attack kind of sucks against him, actually, because he only does 2 damage. Balls. It's not the best. Okay, here's the thing. Sefina, comes in. She's ready to talk to the monk, see if she can find a guide, someone who might be able to get her out to the chapel if she needs to go out there. And the Rift Seeker bursts in through the window. This is the cultist and the Bayaki on which it is riding. The Bayaki lets the cultist jump in and starts to advance on her with a knife. We're going to attempt to jump out of the way here, basically. I have 5 agility, and I'm going to go to 8. Skull, -2. Highest doom in play is 2. So that's a success. I go down to 6 versus 4, which is succeed by 2. I gain a resource and draw a card. Burn pickpocketing. Boom! Okay. She manages to basically slide under the cultist's feet, trip him up, and kind of knock him out the window, and rushes the monk around the corner. So fast, nobody's even figured out what's happened. Now, the next question is, we can parlay, place a doom on each agenda, and take 2 horror to parlay and discard the Rift Seeker. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm doing it. We're parlaying, because this guy can't stay here. So, I'm placing a doom on each agenda. I have to. And then I'm taking 2 horror. 1 goes on me, and 1 goes on Leo DeLuca, baby. Last action now that we're here. Lone Wolf again. Okay. Basically, she's like, this horrible beast burst in through the window, and she managed to sort of slide down and around it. And then she managed to, the cultist standing on the window ledge just turned to her, and she just sees like a dark void inside of its hood. And she's preparing to maybe fight it or throw something at its face. And he just says, "We are opening the path to Carcosa." And then he falls back out the window, vanishes. So we're now at 3 out of 6 Doom on Agenda 2C and 2 out of 6 Doom on Agenda 2A. I promised that we were just going to try to rush one of them down, but we're not. They're basically going about even right now. And then, yeah, last action I put down Lone Wolf, so that's okay. Again, none of the enemies here hunt, so I will get my pickpocketing back. Draw a card. Fucker, it's Stars. Oh, it's actually, that's really bad. Stars says, choose an event beneath Sefina and remove it from the game. If you can't, take a damage in a horror. If you have 5 or more cards in your deck, put it back into your deck. So, the Stars of Hyades continue to taunt her. They twinkle out. She can see them poking through the sky like a sheet of dark canvas that someone's just poked holes through, these stars shining in their otherworldly light. Totally unreal. Yeah, that's it. Damn it, Stars, it sucks. Okay, Mythos phase. It's time to place a Doom on the agenda. The old random-oo. Boop, that's Tails. That goes to 3 out of 6 Doom. And we draw an encounter card, which is Delusory Evils. Either place a Doom or put it in your hand. When you would succeed, you automatically fail instead. It sucks because I don't know. I don't know if we want to be placing Doom right now, because we're not sure where we're at, so I will take this card to hand. The evils will curse me, but not yet. Not this day. I get a resource from Lone Wolf when my turn begins. Okay, we have to get the clue, then we have to find this guide, and then we're ready. And then I think we're pretty much ready to try to solve the scenario, so to speak. We're going to investigate. I have 2 intellect, 5 with Streetwise. That's a tablet. Tablet -2. Oh, reveal another token. If you fail, place a Doom on the agenda. 0. There's no fail. We're good. We grab this clue. Zip. Sefina. See the stars kind of coming through the storm outside, but even so, even knowing that this cultist's warning will eventually come true. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust my lighting here while we have a moment. While we have a moment all together. Whoa, too much. There we go. That's better, eh? I think that's better. I think it's better. Huh. Oh, hi. I'm looking for the rift too. You know where it is? Hello. Hello. He hung up on me. Even just knowing that there are forces at work well beyond her control, Sefina is looking into the eyes of this monk, and he's looking back at her like, what's going on? Like, he doesn't understand. what she's so panicked about. And she's gonna just steal her gaze and stare him down, and in her best French, she's going to ask him, "Will you take me to the chapel of Saint-Aubert?" So we're gonna test willpower 3. Oh no, okay, alright, okay, so he starts to try to pull away, and she basically just holds him tighter. Ah. Urnips. I know, oh, it's the worst. I just want all my other good cards, please. Oh, okay, we're testing willpower 3 again. So again, she's just gonna, like, tighten her grip on him. Oh, Elder Sign, that's good. Perfecto. We found the guide. Go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. Wait. No, when I would succeed at a skill test by 3 or more, you automatically fail instead. Mother... TJ. So instead of moving, basically Sefina tried to hold on to him, and then from her voice came this horrible demonic voice, and the monk just takes off at a run. She stumbles after him, shouting for help. "Please, Father, please. I've been possessed. I need your aid, and I need you to take me to the chapel of Saint-Aubert." So last action, we're going to try again. I can't believe it. Oh, it actually went off. So Delusory Evil says, when you would succeed at a skill test by 3 or more, you automatically fail instead. I was 1 over, and I pulled a +3. So it failed me instead. And that's a big fail. We're going to the tabernacle. We're gonna get... Incredible. Okay, so fail again. Wow, so she is not getting anything out of this guy. She's gonna have to find another guide, basically. Upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. It's the trench coat. Mythos phase, we place a doom on the agenda. It's heads, so it goes on the C agenda. 4 out of 6. 3 out of 6 on the A agenda. Draw an encounter card. Now that she's lost this monk in the maze, she instead... Mother... This is Swift Bayaki. It's a hunter with retaliate, so now I'm in trouble. Now I have a real problem. Oh, mother... Oh... Okay. Resource from Lone Wolf. Okay. We're going to evade it. Then we're going to sneak attack it so that we can maybe just punch it once more if we have to. Is sneak attack better used on something else is the question. Oh, it's Taylor. Hey, Taylor. How you doing? Taylor, look at your leathery wings and your weird bone claws. Ugh. It's horrible. It's just horrible. Okay, sneak attack does 2 damage and it has 3 health, and I feel like there's a bigger baddie coming, which is obviously much worse. Yeah, it's obviously much worse. Okay. We have 2 clues, which means we can advance agendas a bit more if we need to, which is good. Okay, but first things first, we gotta, like, first action, we have to evade this thing. Bursting through the stained glass windows again is another horrible screeching beast. It reaches out to try to claw at Sefina as she loses sight of the monk racing around the corner. This beast appears to try to destroy her. I have 5 agility. I feel like that's pretty good. Yep, it's pretty good. So I will evade the creature, and then I will hit pickpocketing to draw a card and gain a resource. So basically she ducks into an office, which gives her a little bit of something. Yo, I heard from the Rift Hunter there's like a party here in the cloister. Party in the cloister. Man, that monk was not having it though, hey? Okay, we're going to... Oh my god, we have to find the... We have to find the... get the guide. So I'm going to throw in a wild icon on my willpower test. Skull, motherfucker. It's a -4. So that didn't... That failed. Willpower 4 testing, -5, big fail. Again, last one, test, -3. Wow! So I spent the whole turn... trying to find a guide here in the cloister, and it's just not working. In the enemy phase, none of the enemies hunt, and I had escaped the Swift Bayaki briefly, but it screeches back around the corner. It's too big to be in this cloister. It's an impossible size. And yet Sefina has no tools for fighting this absolutely horrific creature. In upkeep, they both ready, and I draw a card and gain a resource. Intel report! I don't think I need it right now. Oh, I might actually. I might, if my memory serves. I'm gonna have to deal with this guy again. Okay. Doom going on the agenda. Heads. Which is 5 now. We're getting there, guys. We're really getting there. We draw an encounter card. Probably another, what do we think, Crosshair? Another monster? Oh, no, it's much worse. Attached to your location, which is here, the cloister, and then place 2 Doom on that location. So, the spires that she saw earlier, sneaking down through the roof, burst up through the ground, sort of, perhaps even at the summoning of the Bayaki, it rears its head and kind of tries to duck around them, but the towers from another dimension are here. Basically, there's 2 Doom on the location, and I can investigate the location to remove Doom. Doom is really bad, obviously, but this agenda will advance and they will go away. So, I actually don't think I care so much. Move back to the investigation phase. I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Sefina's mind is broken. She managed to escape certain death in Paris. She managed to escape certain death in Paris. She managed to get out of the catacombs alive. But here at Mont Saint-Michel, with a storm raging above, the waters rising up from below, she is trapped. Trapped between the waters, the storm, these spires of otherworldly material, and the screeching monster trying to snap her neck. We're going to evade this creature. Yes, we are. No, we are not. That is -5 from the Doom in place. So nothing. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. Oops. Second action, we're going to evade. Yes, that one works. Okay, good. So we evaded. Right here. Okay, Crosshair. Me too, Crosshair, by the way. I will take a resource and a card from pickpocketing, which is okay. Feels okay anyway. Willpower. Fucking shit. I need to test. I need to succeed this willpower test to get the guide, in case I need the guide. And then I need to get out of here. So I just need to succeed on this. I have nothing to commit. I have nothing to do. I just need to succeed on the willpower test. Yes! Oh, finally, Sefina blasts an orb of light from her palm, emerges and covers the room. The beast, not harmed but screeching, takes off in the other direction. Spires are enveloped with light as she steps backwards through the door. She bumps into a woman, a nun, coming around the corner. The nunnery is, of course, in a different part of town, but she's... That doesn't make sense, does it? No, fuck it, I like it. She bumps straight into a nun who is there. Asks her, Puis-je vous aider? Can I help you? Sefina turns to her, composes herself. and with her best, politest French says, "Can you take me to the chapel of Saint-Aubert?" The woman nods pleasantly. Of course I can. Last action, we are getting the out of here. We're out. That was good. Okay. Phew. Okay. Fushi Bushady. Fushi Bushady. Oh, puis-je vous aider? Got it. I'm sorry, because if Lo is here, he'd be really mad. Puis is like a very tough word for me as an Anglophone. So French is wonderful for a variety of reasons. I like it as a language. Aider is to help. Vous is you, the polite version. It's you plural, but it's also the polite version of you. So vous aider would be help you, but puis-je is can I. So actually, quite literally translated is can I help you? Well, can I you help? But je peux vous aider, I can help you. But if you ask it as a question, you flip the first two words around. Puis-je vous aider? It's really lovely. Okay. Excellent work, Sefina. So Sefina managed to find a guide, get out of the Swift Bayaki, and the Spires of Carcosa are okay too. So that's bad news. All right. So what's happening? Right, no hunters on the board. So we move straight into the upkeep phase. Backs. Crosshair, you'll be... Yes, sorry, Real Brick Wall, you're absolutely correct. If I'm not mistaken. No, hang on, no, hang on. I'm wrong. Je vous aide would be correct. I am helping you. Puis, it should be aider, you're right, and I'll tell you why. I'm just typing French words into the chat. If you follow a verb with another verb, the second one is in the infinitive. Aider, er, is in the infinitive. Yes, thank you, Real Brick Wall. I completely whiffed it. Right, je peux aider, I can help you. And aider would be er because, again, puis, or peut, is a verb, pouvoir, and then followed by aider in the infinitive. It should be er, yes, of course, not ez, which is the second person plural ending. Good thing I usually speak French and not write it. That was good English too. Hey, he's great at everything. Fushi Bushi. The Swift Bayaki readies. My pickpocketing readies. And I draw a card and gain a resource. It's a hot streak. I've got money for days, folks. In the mythos phase. Right. It's ich hast. Just kidding, Crosshair. I felt like it was a really aggressive middle finger, and I'm sorry about that. So in the mythos phase, we place a doom and then check out the doom threshold, right? That's how it works. That's how the game has always worked. So I'm going to flip the coin and place a doom on. Excellent. There's a doom that goes on the agenda 2C. Now, I clear all doom in play and advance the agenda. So the spires go, the doom tokens go, this one resets, and we flip agenda 2. It is. Agenda 2D, worlds intertwine. Something is wrong. Oh boy. Something is wrong. Oh, fuck me. The vortex must have triggered the gate by now. You research this ritual to the best of your abilities, but for some reason it isn't working. Desperate, you examine your surroundings. Waves crash just over the outer walls of the village, flooding the streets. Figures robed in yellow search through the streets, their hooded lamps illuminating the floodwater. Suddenly, you realize your error. The vortex wasn't the key. It was the sea. Spawn the set-aside, oh boy, Beast of Aldebaran. Aldebaran. Je suis un pomme de terre heureux. Les ananas ne comptent pas. Spawn the set-aside Beast of Aldebaran in the Chapel of Saint-Aubert. I do not like the sounds of this, Sam I Am. We fought this thing in the insane asylum. Ah, ma petite pamplemousse. Check the campaign log. If Ashley Clark is not listed under VIPs slain, search for Ashley Clark and spawn her at the Porte d'Avancée. This is really bad. She's a big, beefy lady who hurts when she fights. Set aside La Beast de Tavernac. Remove the set aside Act 3A card from the game. Advance to Agenda 3C. Act 3C is removed from the game. So it says here, your objective lies within the other agenda deck. So we were wrong originally. The path below is the one we have to take. Now, Agenda 3C, Swallowed Sky. The maelstrom in the sky envelops the horizon. The island starts to break into pieces. The screeches of uncanny creatures fill the air, an unholy choir praying to a force beyond your comprehension. If you do not act soon, the path will be forever lost, and nobody will be able to prevent Redacted's agents from releasing his bonds. Each monster gets +1 fight. Alright, so now I can't spend clues to put Doom on this agenda. I can only spend them here, which I will absolutely be doing. Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. I agree. Let's draw an encounter card, see what happens. Oh, mother. Test willpower 3. If you fail, if Agenda 3C is in play, take 3 horror and discard 3 cards from your hand. We're tossing in the hot streak. I have 5 willpower. Boom, +1. So the worlds are beginning to merge. We've only gone to Doom Eternal. We're doomed. Sefina is using her incredible mental acuity, her force of will, to try to push back the impending, growing doom here in the world. Oh my god, the Swift Bayagi. Oh, it's right there. It's horrible. Everything's terrible. Okay, so. Yes, Requiem, that's kind of the worst, for sure. So I can spend a clue as a group to place a Doom on this agenda, and once per round. So I can do that twice. I think that's what I'm going to do. So first act. Oh, so it's on my turn. She's able to push back all of the horrible sort of feelings. 3 resources for Trenchcoat, spend a clue, place a Doom. She knows what she has to do now, right? We need to just get that one done. Hello, and welcome back once again to Doomed. Solo playthroughs through Gotcha! Oh, I should have done like a nice time loop thing. That would have been fun. Just kidding. We're continuing Scenario 7, Return to Black Star's Rise. Sefina Rousseau's campaign through Return to the Path to Carcosa. DJ Zesty here says specifically, of course, Pearl Jam. DJ here would like, I would like a new dose of delusional flippery, please. I'll keep your secrets. I would love that, please, Zesty. Let's get back into the game. Crosshair, let me know when you arrive, I suppose. I wanted a drink too while I was up. Okay. So basically, technically I don't know where to go, but I kind of have an idea. Oh good. Jeez. Oh, scared me, Crosshair. So technically, I don't know where to go. That's actually not 100% true because... Oh, good, Crosshair. Sorry, Yeah, that was bad timing. I really needed to pee, though, you see? But you see, I needed to. Wait. Wait a minute. When I place a Doom on the agenda, do I get to choose? Hang on. Sorry. Now that I have a choice here, 2 agenda decks. Whenever one or more doom is placed on the current agenda, I decide. Okay, so now I will obviously only decide to advance the one that I need, not the one that's going to spell my doom. Unless we keep it random. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Sefina grabs her trench coat. She's getting ready. She needs to, I believe, go down to the Chapel of Saint-Aubert. And what? Look at this thing. Well, so Crosshair, I have a feeling that once you pass Agenda 2A, it advances to an act, and then the other one will start accruing doom as usual. Like, basically, eventually this deck will get replaced with an act deck, I think is how it's going to work. And then this starts accruing doom as normal, and we'll flip them around. That's my thought. Because there are still 2 agendas, so I can still choose, which I will choose the one I need to advance. I spent a clue to put a doom on it, which I already did this round. I suppose I could go up to the Cœur Gothique. Yes, and then evade the Swift Bayaki there. Let's do it. Second action, we're moving upstairs. A long pool of blood spreads slowly across the floor, leading towards the Cœur Gothique. Oh! Place a doom on the current A agenda. Heal 2 damage. Lightning flashes through the windows of the Abbey, thunder quickly answering in a booming voice all around the island. I like that. So I put down the trench coat and I moved. Did I do anything else? No. Let's do it. I'm gonna... Oh, I can't heal 2 damage. Any damage? No, the action is still acceptable because the action is to place a doom on the current A agenda. This is a good question. I can pay the cost. Okay, this action says, action. Place a doom on the current A agenda. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Here it comes, Aragwen. Just gotta pause this. Ooh. Ooh. What? Oh, it looks good. That looks really good, Aragwen. Wow. Action. Place 1 doom on the current A agenda. Heal 2 damage. Requiem. That was really good. Plus rapide means quicker. Gotcha. Well, no, you almost got me. That was really good, though. I will say that. So I can take this action because I can do the thing, but then I can't heal damage. So can I take the action? Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. I am going to check this ruling, actually. I really don't understand. Actions costed triggered abilities. Oh, boy. Action triggered abilities may be triggered through the use and only if they're the... Yeah, a triggered ability can only be initiated if its effect has the potential to change the game state and its cost has the potential to be paid in full. The potential is assessed without taking into account the consequences of the cost payment or any other interaction abilities. Boom! Yes, correct. Crosshair, I agree. So I moved, and then I'm going to place a doom on the current A agenda. Boop! And then I'm going to heal 2 damage. Oh, but I can't. Okay, that's fine. And then I guess I'll buy a clue from this location. No, you know what? I'll do you one better. I'll investigate. And I'll investigate at 5. Ah, motherfucker. That's 5 minus 3 is 2. Balls. Okay. What was that sound? Thought I heard something coming from the computer. Oh boy. Okay. In the enemy phase, the Beast of Aldebaran does not hunt. Ashley Clark does hunt. That's bad. Oh god, I gotta win soon. And of course the Swift Bayaki hunts. Move at one location at a time until it enters my location. It does not attack this phase, so I have it here. Oh, that's just the impending oh, okay. I understand. Upkeep. Motherfucker. Quick thinking. Then, Mythos phase. I'm gonna choose to place a Doom on Agenda 2A. What up? It's the path to Carcosa! Woo! That's exciting. It's the path to Carcosa! Woo! Piña colada. Huh? The latter is pineapple coconut. The former, penis coconut. Perfect. Look at this art, guys. Oh my god, it's the path to Carcosa. Guys, we might make it. I'm actually really excited. Okay. Advance to Act 3A. Tide water churns around the walls of the city. Layers of reality unfold. Reflected in the depths below, you can see the twisted spires of Carcosa. You have no choice but to dive in. Burdened as you are with your heavy trench coat, which will probably cause you to drown in the water. If each undefeated investigator is at the Chapel of Saint Aubert and there are no clues on that location, advance. If you like penis colada, I'm getting we have to draw an encounter card. Boop! Is it a good one? It's mysterious chanting. Oh no. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Oh, the chanting! There is one in play. I know there is. It's this guy, the Rift Seeker. Ah! It says, the ritual is almost complete. All that is left is to find the gate and step through. Then it says, remove the remainder of this agenda deck from the game and replace it with Act 3A, which I already read. Because I'm great. Because I'm amazing. Brrr. Okay, so we have to go to the chapel. Gonna get married. We have to go to the chapel where waves crash violently upon the rocks. The chapel stands lonely against the rain, barely able to survive the storm's onslaught. Seems safe and smart. The Chapel of Saint Aubert. Then we have to clear all the clues off of it. Seems difficult, frankly. Oh boy. There's 2 doom in play now on the Rift Seeker. So we're up to 2 out of 8 here. Mythos was the mysterious chanting. Okay. 1 resource from the lone wolf. Oh! Sorry, Crosshair. No, it's not. You're right. The Swift Bayaki is not a cultist, but this horrible thing is. There's also a beast here, which has 7 health, which I feel like I could try to beat up, but it's just not going to go. It's just not going to work. All right, investigation phase. We have to evade this guy. Quick thinking. Wow, quick thinking. I have 7 evade for this evasion attempt. -3. 4v2. Boom. We evade him. We grab an extra action from quick thinking. We hit pickpocketing to draw a card, gain a resource. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's great. It's not great. Excuse me. It's not great, Requiem, but I know what you're going for. Has would be like j'ai, or as like avoir would be the like to have. So has would be like a, just a probably, and then oo is or. Yeah, so I agree with that. Okay, so we got our action back. Here's the game plan. Walk, walk, evade, maybe not even, grab the clues, win. Here it comes. Ready? First free action now that I got my action back from the quick thinking. Action, move. Action, move into the Chapel of Saint Aubert because I have a guide. You can Oh no, this is the Chapel of Saint Aubert. The path is open. You can only in the water below, you can see the spires of Carcosa. You're almost there. You need only open the gate. It says you can only discover clues in the son of a bitch. You can only discover clues in the Chapel of Saint Aubert if you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity. Then it says take up to 3 horror. So, I can't discover the clues with any of my sweet ass tech cards because I have horror. I need to take damage. So I've moved twice. Oh, that sucks. Although, watch this. I'm going to spend my third action taking some horror. I'm going to take 1. I evaded it. Crosshair, it's up here. What did you do with the swift... What did you do with Taylor? Taylor! Okay, third action, I'm going to take some horror. I'm going to take 1 horror. Because the action isn't attack, evade, parlay, or resign, I'm going to take an attack of opportunity from the Beast of Aldebaran. I'm going to assign all of the 2 damage and 1 horror to me. Last action, I'm going to play Intel Report, which gives me 2 clues from this location. However, again, I have to take a huge smashing hit. Oh my god, Requiem. Oh, Crosshair, I didn't get it. That's so good. Yes, Crosshair, it is. But I threw in a quick thinking, which says if you are successful by 2 or more, you may immediately take an action as if it were your turn. So it essentially gives me the action back. I mean, it doesn't really. It just gives you an extra one. The action I took, as if it was my turn, was moving. Oh, Taylor Swift by Aki is so good. Last action was to buy 2 clues off this location with Intel Report. This intelligence obviously comes from the nun who guides us there. And the, yeah. I'm sitting here going, oh, Taylor, that's a weird name for a Bayaki. All right. I mean, I like it. It's sort of like, Greg. It could be anything. And now I understand fully. Last action, I have to take 2 damage and 1 horror. I put it all on Leo. Dead. And then the last damage on my trench coat. And then, I'm pretty sure, folks, it says, if each undefeated investigator is at the chapel and there are no clues on it, advance. Only you can stop Redacted from escaping his prison. You dive into the churning waters and open the path to Carcosa, the realm of madness. R1. This is resolution 1. Let's read it. Pretty good, guys. I didn't know if we were gonna make it. This is resolution 1. I'm gonna shake it off, shake it off. Opened. I'm gonna write opened the path. The last scenario is fucking nuts, but I don't have time to play it tonight, unfortunately. Resolution 1. You hold your breath as you swim through the freezing water toward the spires below. As you get closer, I'm gonna write opens the path below before I forget. As you get closer, you see ripples throughout the water as though you are peering into a reflection upon the sea's surface. Oh, balls, Crosshair, and it wouldn't have cost me an action either. I could have been like, Haster. Now I have to take 2. But I'm not dead. I only said it twice. That would have been smart. Oh, that would have been... Damn it. You break through the surface and gasp as air fills your lungs. Record that you opened the path below. Remove all cultists' tablets and elder things from the bag. Then add 2 cultists and 2 tablets to the chaos bag. So 2 cultists. I'm just making notes for next time. If Ashley Clark is in the victory display, she is not. Each investigator earns experience equal to victory X of every card. Well, I didn't kill any enemies that were worth any VP because this guy's beastly. Any experience here? 1 from the outer wall, 1 from the north tower, 1 from the Abbey Church. So that's 3. That's 3 experience, which is a bit of a weird number. I'm sure I can find something good to spend it on. Guys, we did it! Hooray! The next scenario is called Dim Carcosa, which is, if I recall correctly, an absolute banger of a scenario, if you'll pardon my French. It was GG! Yay! Okay, I have several things to say here. I got something to say, and now I'm well, that was fun. Good jorb, good jorb. Jorbs all round, jorbs all round. See, that is Sefina Rousseau, and she's opening the path to Carcosa. But I didn't know it was the path below. Okay. Scenario's over, so I don't... It's okay. Oh my god, excuse me. Sorry, folks. Alright. Okay. Hit me up, Aragwen. I'm gonna read whatever you put on the teleprompter, Burgundy will read. As Aragwen is... Okay. I'm ready. In the meantime, I will mention that since you were discussing French, I was attempting to find words to ask you to pronounce that included the name in them, and most of them were French variations. Most of them were French variations of masturbation. Plasturgie. But what is this? And how do you say this? Plasturgie would be how I would say that. Honestly, I don't know. Chirurgie is surgery. CHI. And then GU, whatever that is at the end there. Chirurgie is surgery. Surgeon is a chirurgien. Plasturgie is probably plastic surgery, honestly, and I'm honestly going to look it up. I've never heard of that word before. Probably though, right? Oh no! Whoop! No, I'm very wrong. It's plastics manufacturing, so it's the making of plastics rather. So rather than surgery, plastic surgery, it's the making of plastics. Okay, there you go, Aragwen. I've never heard of that. I intend to trick you. Okay, folks, I'm very excited. Dim Carcosa is the last scenario in the Return to the Path to Carcosa. But of course, that's not so wrong. Dim Carcosa is the final scenario. There's different versions of it depending on how many tally marks you have under Chasing the Stranger and how many crazy shit, like other things you've done, doubt and conviction. I don't know what the scenario is, basically. It could be anything. Also, there's like story text, so like when you finish a location, you flip over and there's like a story on the back. I don't know, there's all sorts of crazy shit. It's gonna be great. Suck them before they suck you. Wow. As Crosshair is posting, there's tons of wonderful things happening in the community through the week. Aragwen also streams quite often. Speaking of people who are not listed here but do stream quite often, I very much, of course, enjoy everything that's been happening here. So thank you guys very much for your support, your kind words, and coming to join me. As I said at the beginning of the stream, for those who were here, I'm going to repeat myself. Now that's quote 500. Oh, Gris. Very exciting. Gris is also French. So, what was I gonna say? Right. It's been a fun time, folks. Thank you guys very much. As I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I really look forward to going back to doing in-character stuff on this channel, because that's my bread and butter here, and I really enjoy it. But like, Doomed was just getting the better of me. I really like playing Arkham on this stream, so I think what I might do, I don't know if I want to go back to doing pre-recorded Doomed sessions, but what I might do is return Tuesdays to being Thespian Tuesdays. It should, yeah, DJ, yeah. But perhaps we'll add another strange time when I'm free, and I'll just stream the rest of the next scenario, like the other Tuesday, the other scenarios after, other campaigns after this one. I've stopped making sense. What a fantastic scenario. All of y'alls are wonderful human beings. Fuck you, he is a Doom, huh? Here you go, Ancient Evils, boom. Guys, it's really wonderful to hang out with all of you, and I hope you're all very well. Yes, Aragorn, I believe. I know that is DJ. DJ. So, I'll say thank you once more because I've said it 800 times. What's 801? Be well, be safe, don't forget to hydrate. We'll see you on Nancy Drew, or RPG Clinic After Dark, or Punchy, or Star Wars Reach. Any and all of those things. You're all the best. Okay, be well. And of course, flounce. Don't forget, if you ever need to stop the world from ending, just flounce.